Hello everyone. So I think we have a fuller as compared to when we began, and the grace of 5 minutes has elapsed. So it's time to go into our webinar. So we are talking about grow your business, a proven simple strategic system for entrepreneurs and professionals ready to move from survival mode to strategic growth. For me, this is not just a webinar. It is part of the problem that I am solving as an individual. So I'm going to say, I don't want people that are just existing. I don't want people that work 10, 20, 30, 40 years with little or nothing to show for it. I want people that are professionals, that are able to think like the Okonjo Iwealas, and they are able to grow from just an entry level to a global brand. I also want business owner that are not just concerned about what the family gets. Oh, it's a family business, but I want people that will be able to thrive, that you like the Ote dollars, such that by the time you are retiring, you have lived a legacy that people can look back to, not just your family, but the world will be able to um associate with your name, your brand, and your service, right? So that's the idea behind this webinar. So we are now going to say, who is Goodness Moaz? By the way, I'm Goodness Moaz Ejinavi, right? So we are going to be asking the question, who is Goodness Moazu Ejinavi? I am a certified human resource and customer experience professional. My human resource certification is gotten by the Canadian Skill Development Council, while my customer experience certification is gotten from the West African Association of Customer Service Professional. So if anybody is going to be talking to you, I'm talking to you because I am certified, and I'm talking to you because I have also led teams. I've worked in organization. After working in organization, I have businesses that people come to me to get advice. I have seen the role playbook. I've worked with executive leaders, and I've seen what they are doing that helps their businesses to thrive. And I'm saying, come and learn at no cost. So for me, it is not just about coming to do a webinar. It is about me ensuring that you gain clarity. Even as an individual, as a team, as an organization, you are able to have ideas on how you can actually grow. So I am known for creating alignment between employee and customer experience, because oftentimes we see people, businesses, and even professionals in the process of carrying out your day-to-day activity. You are just concerned about making profit as a professional. You are not concerned about, oh, how will my organization actually benefit from my service. And also for the business, you are not concerned with how will my employees benefit from my service. And all you are just concerned is take your salary. Are we not paying you? Have we not paid you? And that's just it. No, it is supposed to be more than that. So what I'm working towards, what I am really solving, is to be able to align employee and customer experience to drive organizational excellence. And I design people-centered system, because the truth is, your people are your greatest asset. You cannot do without your people. So if you have equipment, you have the best service, but you don't have the right people to be able to drive it to your client, there's no way you can grow. So we'll be deep diving into that during the course of the training. So let's go into it. Currently, I serve as the lead trainer at GrowDirect company, where I deliver trainings to people. I guide businesses on how to get it right. I assist with accreditation process. So I'm just doing what I can to ensure that at the end of the day, both the individual, the team, and the organization is growing at large. So you'll be saying, oh, Grow Direct, what is Grow Direct all about? Grow Direct is a total growth empowerment ecosystem that transforms the individual and business through integrated training, financial services, and support. So the three major arm of Grow Direct is we do not just do any kind of training. We don't do training for certification. Let me just make out that very clear, because we see that today's world, different training that you say, oh, come and learn data analysis, oh, come and learn customer service, oh, come and learn social media management and all. That's not what Growth Direct, that's not what our trainings are focused in, because of the problem that we are trying to solve. Our training are focused on the mindset of the human being. That's what we focus on, because we believe that in life, 80% of success in life is in the mindsets. And believe you me, life will only give to you the extent to which you aim for growth, the extent to which you aim for personal development. That's what life can give to you. So in Grow Direct, we work on the mind, and after refining the mind through our trainings, we can now give you financial services. We cannot also support your businesses, support your career to ensure that you become a better person. So for our mission, we are committed to working with individual and businesses to build sustainable, scalable, and profitable living, moving from survival mode to strategic growth and generational wealth creation. That is what Grow Direct is about. Then this is our five integrated services that we run. We have the capacity training and career development, where we equip individual, team, and business to unlock high impact capabilities through hands-on training in strategic mindset shift and rebranding. So that is what we do. Like I said, it's a strategy, and it is very, our trainings are very intentional. It's something for another day. Maybe we'll talk about that another day. Then financial services and advisory. So we give career financing services and business financing services. We also help with financial modeling, investment readiness preparation. So if you are going to look for somebody that would invest in you, you want to grow your career, probably you are just one guy there whose parents probably sells tomatoes by the market roadside, or have a small shop where they do, and you are like, oh, how do I go to school, how do I give myself the best of life? Oh, or I'm not even educated, I'm just a cleaner. Wherever you are, Grow Direct is saying we are going to hold your hands to ensure that you become a better person. Then we also give business registration and advisory service. You want to trademark your name, you want to register your business name, you want to register your company's name, we give you, we register for you, and we also give you expert advisory services such that you become a better person. Another thing we do is that we do HRO and customer experience consulting. We build integrated employee and customer systems that enable your organization to achieve high impact capability and strategic value delivery. We handle everything from workforce planning to hiring, performance management, payroll to mastery shopping and mystery shopping, and differentiated journey designs rather, don't mind me, moving your business from survival to premium sustainable growth. So we are holding your hands. Once you come to Grow Direct, or you reach out to us, we are not just going to do any service, but we are going to diagnose your business. We are going to do, first of all, see what the problem is before we now determine how best to help you. So we are not just any kind of, because the truth is, human resource services that you see today, or operational services, is just focused on having to get it right. But you need somebody that has actually worked as a customer experience and customer service person, and is currently working as a human resource, because the truth is, what you've not done, you cannot really understand. So having the best persons to be able to guide you, to say, oh, I have been there, I have seen the customer's pain. We've taken time to do mystery shopping recently, just last month here. We did mystery shopping for one of our clients, and his eyes were broad open. I was like, wow, so this is why I'm actually missing money, this is where I'm actually having loopholes. So right, it's not something that you would want to joke with at all. Our services are something that when you come, you will see good, more than you paid for, you will get it. So that's what we do. So we have our business operational and compliance support. The truth is, most consultants, this is what they do: business operational and compliance support. But what sets us apart is that we are able to marry your customer experience with your employee experience, because the truth is, you need those two to be able to get the desired growth that you want. See organizations that you see them start, all the Netflix, all the Amazon, all the, name all the country, all the businesses you want to think of that are thriving today. They are businesses that are able to marry those two together: your customers and your employees. So that's what we are all about. Then on to the next slide, we'll say, what's the PEARS Business Growth Framework? What is it all about? So the PEARS Business Growth Framework is a strategic blueprint for professionals, teams, and businesses. So, or regardless of who you are, whether you're a professional, whether you are a team, whether you're a business owner, if you apply this framework, you'll be able to do well. You are, believe you me, I have applied it for businesses that I worked with. I have also applied it for those that come to me for consulting services, and it has helped them to stand out. So that is one thing that is for sure. So P means the profit premium flip, then E means execution system, A means advantage, R means relevance to the market, S means scalability. So let's deep dive into each of them. The profit premium flip, what does this mean? It is the act of having to think outside the price and having to compete on value. That is what the profit premium flip is. Let's take, for example, somebody sells a product, sells a shoe, and because you are the one that makes the shoe, you know those local people that does shoe now, because you are the one that makes the shoe, or you are like, oh, people will not take my brand serious. You just, there's one guy that is trending. Is he called Pete? Are we called a very young boy, an Ethiopian guy? He's just 18 years old, and he gathers wares that are bad, things that people throw away, and uses it to make fashion, make outfits that he sells. And if you see that guy, just that act alone has turned him into a multi-millionaire. So the profit premium flip is, you are not competing on price, but you're asking, and I tell everybody, like I said, your life is in your mind, and we must learn to think beyond, what am I doing? Not just for the money. Because the moment you understand the problem that you are created to solve, you've been able to open door for the regrowth. And that problem is what sets you apart. Let's say, for example, in a family of five, you see people with different um upbringing, even in that same family, because when they give birth to A, the way things are in the family may not be what it is in the family when they give birth to B. Okay, they may probably go to the same school, but their friends would differ, their thoughts would differ, where they go to would differ. So all of those, their career paths will differ. So all of those is what shapes the individual. So having to look at your life, the summary of your life, and say, what really sets me apart? It's a pointer to the problem that you are able to solve, because that is where your value actually is. So we must learn to think outside, say, oh, it's just about the price, let me make money. But start thinking about the problem that you are created to solve. Most people are underpaid because they underprice themselves. The market doesn't reward sheep. Let me tell you the truth. Let's take that guy. I'm trying to remember his name. I don't know. Maybe with time I would see if I can. He has a post. He has a page on Instagram rather. Just that singular art of taking things that people throw away and using it to beautify himself bringing out fashion out of it. It made him to stand out. And believe you me, big brands are reaching out to him to say, let's work together. And he's not even willing to partner with anybody as it stands. So that is what having to think outside the box is all about. You can be selling a product, you say, oh, this product, because I'm just starting. No, start on the right note, because like I said, your life is in your mind. Your ability to be able to think beyond where you are, after you've been able to gain value, you decide your audience, your market segment, then you now think beyond where you are, such that your product is, it now sets you apart, right? I don't know if I'm trying to drive this out. For professionals, work on premium skill development, work on high problem solving, work on visibility and confidence. Those two things those three things. When you say premium skill, ask yourself, where I am now, where do I want to be as far as my career is concerned? The truth is, you may not have the money to want to meet an Otedola or meet an Okonje Iweala to probably mentor you, but you can go to their profile, go to Wikipedia, you see everything about their life, you see their certifications, you see their awards. So you ask yourself, read what they've done, read profiles of people that have standard in your given business or profession, read what they've done and identify the skill gap, identify the certification gap, and see how you can grow yourself. Then for team, work on quality in execution, operational excellence. Operational excellence. You see, I cannot drive that in enough. Operational excellence is the art of employee and customer experience. That is the art of it. So you, as a business owner, you must marry these two, and as a team you must drive this. So in for business owners, strategic pricing, better position, customer experience design. If you don't know how to design a customer experience that stand out, you can always reach out to us. I am a certified customer experience specialist, so it's something that I can do for you. And like I said, my two certifications were not just gotten from anywhere. These are organizations that stand out as far as society are concerned. So people pay more for trusted expertise than cheap availability, right? So people pay more for that, so you should learn to get expert certifications. Then also, strong team increase trust and justify premium positioning. Then competing only on price erodes margin and destroys authority. Don't compete on price. So let's go on to the next. We'll be talking about execution systems. Execution systems. Without systems, teams becomes chaotic, business becomes stressful, growth stales, consistency builds credibility, and systems that are what makes consistency possible at scaling, right? So what do I mean when you say execution? You should be able to have a daily routine as a professional. You should be able to work on your communication. You should be able to say yes. It's just like me saying I want to do a webinar on grow your business. And at the end of the day, I'm showing up like 10 minutes past the time, or I did not even show up at all. Even 5 minutes, 1 minute past the time, it says a lot. So my ability to show up shows that I execute things. My ability to be able to solve problems. The truth is, organizations are looking for people to solve problems. And while you are solving problems, work on how you show up. Work on how you own the room when you arrive. What is the impression that your dressing, your communication style, your carriage, those are what sets leaders apart. So for professionals, work on that. If you are an entry level staff, from now begin to work on how you show up. Begin to work on how you show up. Begin to work on how you show up. Go online, just talk about anything. Don't care about where you, especially for an entry level um a professional. Don't care about making mistake. That's the truth. Just care about putting yourself out there. Give it for free. You're only registering your name on people's mind. That is it. Then 14, work on clear workflow. Your SOPs, leaders that are here, managers that are here, work on your SOPs. If your department does not have any, it is time to start working on something. It is what even sets you apart, even as a manager. Because if you are able to work as a manager and you are able to work on your SOP, you work on a clear workflow, your reporting lines, you daily when you come, you know that, oh, there are two persons on duty, or there are three persons, five persons, as the case may be, depending on your department. You are in charge of this, you are in charge of this. You see that even as the manager, you become free because you've put systems in place. This also goes to business owner. You can be certain that you say, I don't have money to automate. You must not put your this thing in an app. If you are a startup person, you can start from having a clear Excel documentation process. Even your financial system can be in Excel. Your CRM system can be in Excel. Your operational document, you can upload them and put in Google Drive. That one is free, right? So learn to think of how to solve problems. If you are in doubt, you can always reach out to us. It's a problem that we solve, and we are glad to solve it. Because like I said, for me, this webinar is not just about coming out to talk. It's about a problem that I am committed to solving, right? So A is for advantage. Advantage, that is, if you are easily replaceable, you are easily forgotten. So the question is, what sets you apart? What sets you apart? I am asking you this question now. In your organization, even as a professional, you say, oh, I am a customer service professional, I'm a human resource professional, I am a, which other profession do we have again? I am a cashier. As the case may be, I am an admin, operation, data analysis, social media, as the case may be. What sets you apart? What sets you apart? I keep asking the question because your value is what will make you to be sought after anytime, any day. It is your value that will cause you to be sought after wherever you find yourself. So work on what sets you apart. Then another thing again is, for professional, you specialize, learn to specialize yourself. That's what really brings the real value. Then you work on personal branding. Like I said, go to social media, open up a page, look for how to brand your career such that you become something that people can look up to in that very field. Show up. I cannot, in the world that we are in now, social media is not a nice to have, it is a necessity. Please show up. Then team collaboration, innovation and adaptability over isolated talent. So I want to give myself as an example. 4 years ago during COVID, I I started something, Monday morning with Goody. Some of you some of you that follows me then know that every Monday morning I am posting something. I'm posting something. One time, 20 that was 20, I started that in 2019. 2019, yes, 2019. 2019 into 2020. I started it, or early 2020. I'm not so sure again, but between 2019 2020, I started that very thing, Monday morning with Goody. I just did it not up to a year. I just told myself, ah, goodness, we are not doing again. It's too stressful. Oh, people, because I was not seeing, people were not commenting, people did not really care. And it was not looking like nobody sent me, right? So I just told myself, goodness, you are not doing again. You are not doing again. I stopped that very thing. After stopping it, believe you me, I'm just going back again. I think it was this year, a bit late last year. I went back to social media again. Those people that I started with as I 2019, 2020, those are the people that are cashing out. as far as social media is concerned. Maybe because I did not have somebody that pushes me, but nobody should even push you if you have a drive, if you have a goal. Or it could also be because it was not clearly defined what the goal is. So that brings us also to your advantage. Your advantage is still tied to your goal. What are you solving? Right? I don't know if I'm driving this in. Oh, I don't know, but I want to believe that those that are getting it will be able to get the idea that we are passing out. So arrow is for relevance to the market. So you going to ask yourself, what I'm doing now, is it really relevant to my current market? See, you need to think of, sometimes having to change an environment can help you. It can help you. I think I'll give somebody as an example. Um, he was telling me, he said a top manager once looked at him and said, "You don't have what it takes to talk to me." Even when he knew that as far as this business is concerned, I am the one running it. So it now dawned on him that in this very place, my relevance is no longer necessary. Then also narrowing it to our business. You can be saying, "Oh, I want to solve a problem. I want to solve a problem." But what you are solving is not relevant to your markets. Let's take for example, we heard of that trend of a mom that came out to read a story of his 5-year-old and was saying, "Oh, this is what I am, this is what my 5-year-old is reading. Please, people, what do you think about it?" Not as if he was saying, and she was trying to get people's opinion because she felt it was off. Then the owner of that business came out and said, "Oh, he was trying to prove a point. Oh, this thing, and this is the moral lesson. There's a lot of moral lesson and all." But just merely looking at the book, saying that an old man kept something came to carry, I think a dog take it, the old man had put hot iron and shook it in the dog nose. Only that one alone, in today's children that we have, with the old things that they flying on social media, with the old cartoon anything thing, their brain is always ticking fast, fast, fast. They don't take time to. That's what I'm saying. Can we cartoon, be careful how you give your children cartoon because it has a way of affecting their brain. So back to what we were talking about. So with the whole thing, with the way society is now, that story is outdated. But that very business owner came online and was still trying to justify the relevance, although he may not know. But I'm trying to use that example. I don't know the point is also trying to drive across. You never can tell. So, looking at it from a general point of view, that is why I am saying always consider what I am doing. Look at it. Does it benefit all? Is it favorable to everyone concerned? So, have that mindset because it is what causes you to be relevant. Is it really favorable to everyone concerned? Maybe my child cannot understand, but the parents that will be reading it to the child, will it don't go down well with them? So I don't know if I'm trying to drive this in. So think of your relevance to the markets. Think of it, learn to think through to say, "Oh, consider," like one thing that we do in the organization where I worked, where I once to work rather. One thing that when we are having strategic meetings like this, we just have a share where we say, "Oh, this share is for the customers." All of us here, we are the business what would I put it, the business management team. HRA is there for the people. We have the customer experience person and all. So because we were like, "Oh, let's not just say," because the customer experience person may will still be thinking at it from the business point of view. But once there's a share there to just "Oh, this is the business point of view, but affect how does it affect the customer?" So it is now something that we tend to want to think about as well. So for professionals, we must learn to stay skilled, stay adaptable. AI is now the new deal. What are you doing to upskill? Stay adaptable, stay relevant. Don't say, oh, this is how we used to do it, I'm coming from a government institution, in government institution this is the order. No, learn to see how you can improve. Then 14, prioritize customers feedback. You cannot joke with that. Prioritize it. Service improvements, market responsiveness. What can you do once you get customer feedback? And the best way to get customer feedback, well, I don't want to dive into that, but think of how well you can gather customer feedback. If you are stuck on how to do it, reach out to us. We will review your processes and see the best possible means to be able to get customers feedback. Then for businesses, validate real demand. Try to say, oh, you cannot say you are working in a market, or you are working in no, not working now, you are doing your business. Let's use this example, NYC camp, and what you do is that you sell bag, and you are located in the NYC camp or close to the NYC camp. Automatically you should know that most people will be looking for waist bag, will be looking for that crossover bag that is easily carryable. So those are things that you should now start thinking towards. Then also, how to stay relevant is one thing that I would still talk about. Is try to consider your ability to be able to brand yourself. Brand yourself, it is very important. So maybe we'll go over to the next slide to be able to drive that in. Scalability. So in scalability, say the future of growth is multiplication, not exhaustion. So growth should never cost you your energy. Let's not go into that. Let's just to save time, because I want to see how we can close this as early as possible, such that it does not become too long. That's the whole idea, but we'll drive in the message as much as we can. For professionals, build influence and visibility. I've been shouting this. Go and get a YouTube page, host, how they call it, go and go to YouTube live. Don't go there and come and start, where if you are a startup, you are just starting your career, your own concern is to be able to learn. So you can go out there, put what you have, just put it out. You see people will reach out to you, and the truth is those things would, from time over time, be showing your growth. Because let's say people watch your video today, they saw that you made an error. Take even those people that are trending now, if you go and watch their previous video and the ones now, they are not the same. So if you are a startup professional, you're just starting your career, don't be scared to make mistake, don't be scared to put yourself out there, my brother, my sister. Don't be scared to put yourself out there. Show what you have. Even as a business owner that is just starting, but I want to beg business owner, please come correct. For businesses, it is not negotiable. For professional, if you are a startup, you can make mistakes here or there, here and there. You can make mistakes, like you can pardon you. But if you are a specialty in your field, make sure you come correct. Try to always come correct. Be willing to say a thing and defend it to the last. That's what differentiates a startup from an expert, right? So for but that does not mean that, let me put that this out there, that does not mean that you say something, you defend it, and when you find out that it's wrong, you should not own up. No, please. Please, 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 please. Even for business owner, your ability to own up, your ability to send message to people to say, oh, this is it, and this is the your owning up should come with an after solution. For businesses, you are owning up, but this is the remedy. So you are not going to be owning up without a proper solution, right? So that's that. Then what again? We're talking about scalability for business. One thing that you must do to scale is, let's say for example, you are into fashion, you just or you're into furniture, as the case may be. Learn to work on your own brands. You cannot joke. This one is what people would want to order, but I'm giving it to you for free. Learn to work on your own brand. It is very important. You can be selling bag, you can be selling shoe. Let's say you are selling a Versace bag. you are selling a Louis Vuitton bag, any type of bag or show or product or fashion line that you're into, work on, let's say, how do I um design my own packaging? How do I design my own logo? How do I design my own brand? Then, what you can now do is create a little space in your shop that showcases your own products. It will help you. See, businesses, brands that you see thriving, that is how they started. And believe you me, 90% of businesses, the CEOs are not the one that most times does the work. What CEOs do, CEO only does the thinking. So you should be able to think and say, oh, I sell bag. How can I make this about my brand? So I cannot stress this enough. Then another thing that you cannot start considering is people that does something that is similar to what you do. Let's say, for example, you sell food. Let's use food as an example for this one. You sell food. You can probably just what will you do now? Okay, you have an event center, you have a conference center, you have a shopping mall where they don't sell food. You can say, can I bring in my food there? Just from time to time, you say, I want you to people to put it out there that between 12 to 3 we'll be selling food. We are partnering with so so and so to be selling food. Then between that time, you go there sell. Then the supermarket, they have a percentage, or for whatever it is that you sell, you can say, okay, this is the price. Any amount you sell, it does not consign us. You collect your own, they take their own. Or you say, oh, this is the price. Whatever amount we sell, there's a percentage that goes to you. So it depends. So you should learn to think of how to scale. That's just like an idea. So you can think it around your team to say, oh, what can I do? Then for teams, learn to develop leadership pipeline. Your nominal role should come correct. I don't want to stress this out for teams. For HR practitioners that may probably be listening to this, your nominal role should come correct. Then for business owner, work with expertise to have a team that is correct, so that, because your manager can be discussing with you but is resuming work next week in another business and is not willing to tell you. So you must have structure in place that helps you to stand firm, so that one person is going does not affect the job. It's not something that I want to talk. Then also, why are people resigning? If people are always resigning, why is your turnover always high? That's story for another day. So onto the next is your starting points. Which pillar? So you should be asking yourself now, don't model out everything. What you can do is take one of the pillars and ask yourself, what's the lapses here? For each of the pillar, what's the lapses here? You can look at all of them. The one that is most pressing to your organization, you can start from there. You can start from there. When you bring it out and say, what's the lapses as far as my business is concerned, as far as my team is concerned, as far as my career is concerned, what's the lapses? Then you look at how you can grow. Once you finish this, you move on to the next. So you do it one step at a time, not just you modeling up everything and just doing it like that. Right? So that's what you should work towards. That's what you should work towards. In summary, you came here because your business, your career, your whatsoever it is that you're doing now can be bigger. The fact that you've taken time to listen to this webinar, it means that what you are doing can be bigger, and it can be more profitable, it can be more sustainable. It will happen by implementing the PEARS framework. One pillar, one strategy, 1 month at a time. Take it up, be serious with it, and watch how you grow. So I want to say a big thank you to you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So you can follow us on all our social media platform. GrowDirect is there. For the Facebook is Goodness Moazu, please. Goodness Moazu That's for the Facebook. For Twitter is your go-to. For Twitter, I'm not on Twitter, please. I'm not on Twitter. YouTube, we're on Go Direct is just on two social media handles. It's just on um YouTube and LinkedIn. Those are the two social media handles that we are on. Then I myself, I'm on Facebook as Goodness Moazu, please, not Goodness Moazu Ejinavi. Then on um TikTok, your go-to HRO partner. On Instagram, your go-to HRO partner. Please send us a WhatsApp message. There is no point having to call us. You have any concern, you have any issue, you can send us a WhatsApp message. Our mail is not here. You can send us a mail at welcome. Send us a mail to welcome@growdirect.com. We can always take all your concerns, always take all your inquiries. Just send us a mail to welcome@growdirect.com. Then no, welcome@growdirectcompany.net. Send us a mail to welcome@growdirectcompany.net. We'll take all your inquiries. All of them are in small letters though. Then on Facebook, it is at Goodness Moazu. So on WhatsApp, that's our WhatsApp number and others. So that's it. Just give us a WhatsApp, send us a message. Please don't call us. Send us message. We will take all your inquiries. Why I'm saying don't call us is so that we are able to keep record. Because most times when you call, we may talk, and because it is not documented, they say the shortest pen is longer than the longest memory. And when it has to do with business like this, you want to deal with trust and being careful. So that's why it's better to always send a message to us. So we'll be glad to attend to you. So until I come your way next time, your go-to HR partner is saying, continue to learn, unlearn, and relearn for growth. See you at the top of all your endeavors. Bye.